Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another Chancellor Chat. I'm Alison Bell, Chancellor of WGU Indiana, and I'm so thrilled to be joined by Dr. Sue Ellspermann, President of Ivy Tech. Hi, Sue.
It's great to be here. I haven't gotten to see you in person in a long time, so it's extra special.
Yes, I think it was the last time I saw you was right before March when.
And boy, haven't things changed.
It's really a whole new world. So let's start with that. How are you doing in the wake of the pandemic? How's Ivy Tech handling it? How are the students?
I use this term, we're in the dog days of COVID, because I think that's what it feels like now. Gratefully, I can't complain at all personally. Everyone's healthy, doing
Good.
fine, all's well. And Ivy Tech couldn't be more proud of our faculty and staff and teams who have really come together, went virtual seamlessly. You know many of our students here,
Right.
but many of our students, and why they fit so well here is that they do have busy lives, and online education is not new for them. We know that 1 out of 3 of our students takes a course online.
Right.
So we had been bolstering our ability to do online well, really well. So when we went into the pandemic, we had the resources, the training, the technology to go virtual, and it went very well. Our students have done extremely well with it. I will say the challenge of this fall is that many of the students we serve, first generation, single parents, students of color, those are the students, the Hoosiers, the Americans that have been impacted the most by COVID.
Right.
So we've seen a little less enrollment than we would have liked. We're seeing more every day. Where you are competency-based, we're on 8-week terms.
Okay.
So our second 8 weeks begins in 10 days from now. And we've seen a real uptick there. And we're working closely with the state of Indiana to invite unemployed Hoosiers and Hoosiers who've been impacted by COVID to come back, utilizing some of the Federal CARES Act dollars to support that. So it's a great opportunity, but my heart goes out, and I think all of our staffs, our hearts go out to those students who want to be back, but their life is just too crazy, too unpredictable, too impacted to be able to be with us at this time. So we'll continue to encourage them.
Right.
The institution is fine. Our students, I'd like to be able to do even more.
Right. I hear you. I understand that completely. It's Ivy Tech, I think, much like WGU Indiana, we weren't built for a pandemic, but because you, just like us, you're used to being flexible for students who have a lot going on, the transition was maybe a little easier, but there's only so much that we're able to do, and we're just in this holding pattern, watching and waiting until people can come back to us.
And you would understand this piece. One of the innovations that has come out of this time is a model we call Learn Anywhere. We had been designing it for our Single Moms Initiative, knowing that when your child is sick and you can't go to class,
Right.
or you have to work late, many of the things at WGU makes it possible. Well, Learn Anywhere is maybe the second best thing,
Right.
where every week our students get to decide, am I going to class in person? Am I going to be online virtually, or do I want to be asynchronous, totally online? And we have almost 500 sections, over 2,000 students across Indiana who are using that Learn Anywhere model this fall, which we accelerated because of COVID, and they are loving it. I just got off a phone call with our Muncie Chancellor, which is the campus that leaned in the most, and their students have said it's the best thing that they could have ever done.
That's amazing. I love that program. I actually, this is the first I've heard about it.
We put our toe we were going to put our toe in the water anyway this fall because of our Single Moms Initiative. We put our whole foot in the water,
Right.
and now we're starting to tread water. But we're all having to innovate.
Right.
And WGU was built on innovation, and we're proud to be a part of higher ed that we believe we innovate to.
Yes, I agree. I think that that partnership and innovation has been sort of the foundation of a strong partnership Ivy Tech and WGU Indiana had a partnership from the beginning 10 years ago, and you've been such a supporter and a member of our board, which we really appreciate. Let's talk a little bit more about that, our partnership. So it's always been strong. So some of the strengths that we have, I know that our Ivy Tech transfer students do quite well when they come our way. They have a 95% retention rate from term 1 to term 2. And in our model, we allow our students to accelerate. I know I'm preaching to the choir,
Yes.
you know this, but and they accelerate faster than other transfer students. So we love that. We love that our Ivy Tech transfer students do so well with us. But we've just launched a new program, the OWL Transfer Program with Ivy Tech. So
which makes it even better.
Right?
I couldn't be more excited to think we know that having that warmest entry to your institution, having that really strong handoff is important, and very excited about the prospects of getting a transfer advisor that will be residing with Ivy Tech
Yes.
to help that happen.
Yeah.
I know there's some scholarships out
There are scholarships
that are going to be helping those students as well, and you can probably share some more parts
Yes.
of the program.
Yes, so the scholarships are an exciting part of it, making what's already a affordable way to go to school here.
Absolutely.
We're an affordable program, making it even more affordable. We're excited about that. Anytime we can help our students to pay for their education, we want to do that. Also access to an exciting coaching program. It's called PACA. It's a professional and academic career advancement. It focuses on career advising for our students.
Wonderful.
So students will participate in that. And they'll also have regular outreach from WGU once they become a part of this OWL transfer program. So as soon as they complete their associate's degree with Ivy Tech, which is so very important, they'll come along and they'll have guaranteed admission. That's an important part.
That is, and we know that our students worry about,
Sure.
if I do this work, if I complete my associate degree, will I be accepted? Will
Right.
I be able to make that transfer? And I want to thank you for being a leading institution on having guaranteed admissions for a long time.
Right.
We're just now getting a few of the public and private institutions really interested in that. So again, WGU has led for a long time in making sure that transfer is as smooth as it can be. And I think the results speak for themselves.
I agree.
If I have the numbers right, over 1,600 of Ivy Tech's students have completed degrees with WGU. More than 3,000 over these have come here over the years. And I think in this last year, the latest number is over 800 students, Ivy Tech graduates, have come to WGU in the last year.
Right.
So we know that WGU is a top transfer partner for Ivy Tech, and we see that as a great next step for so many of our students who, as we talked about, those single parents, those people who are working, the crazy lives they have, and to be able to hand them off to a transfer partner who we know will have their best interests in mind, including the career coaching parts, all the way through completion.
Yeah, that's great, and thank you. I think that the partnership has always made sense. It's as you said, there's been a lot of success already. If we've had 800 students transfer in the last year, and that's without this stepped up OWL transfer program, and
Imagine.
just the possibilities. And when I think about those 800 students, it's not just those 800 students. It's like every student that we help here, it's their family. It changes their lives, and then for generations to come, it just feels so empowering, and it feels like such important work to be doing. So
It is, and I believe today, given COVID, again, one of those positive outcomes is even more of our students have become comfortable with online learning
right.
and understand that they can get a high quality education online, and now combine that with competency based. I think you will see, and combined with the OWL
Yeah.
partnership, you're going to see ever more students, and we'll be excited for those students to choose WGU.
Yes, us too. Excited to see them complete their associates with you all, and to come and complete a degree with us. So We'll keep doing
I
it.
I have attended some of the graduations, the commencements here, and I always think Ivy Tech has the best commencements of anywhere, but yours are equally emotional when you see and talk to, and as I would talk to graduates of WGU, 1 out of 2 was an Ivy Tech
That's right.
associate, and they are so appreciative
They are.
of the opportunity and the way this has allowed them to pursue their careers on their terms.
Right.
And I think it's incredibly important that higher education understand that we're here to serve the students, to help them achieve their goals, and WGU Indiana absolutely does that.
I agree. We always say that commencement is the best day of the year, which is funny because we have about 6 of them a year nationally, you know. We have a lot of favorite days, but it's a chance to really reconnect with our purpose, our why. What are we doing here, and the reality of the difference that the work makes for people. Well, Sue, thank you so much for coming in today. We have so much to talk about. I think we'll continue this in a part 2, if that's okay with you.
Wonderful.
Great. Well, please join us for part 2 of our Chancellor Chat with Dr. Sue Ellspermann from Ivy Tech.